back. My name is Deidre, and I'm going to talk today about ankle injuries. So our ankles tend to be the areas that we roll most often, and so we sprain them a lot. A lot of kids. The other thing about ankles is the shoes that we have nowadays are just not healthy for our kids' feet. And women, all the high heels that we have worn over the years, they put a lot of strain on that ankle. What we don't know about the ankle is how many meridian pathways come up through the ankles, along with the fascial flow lines wrapped around our feet coming up through the rest of the body. And so it's important that our body has a strong foundation. And yet, a lot of times, what's happening up in the torso is affecting the extremities also. So you're going to be surprised that I'm going to start away from the ankles. But we will end down by working with a specific ankle or the other. Okay. So, our body has mirroring images. First of all, it works in threes. We have the lower body, 1, 2, 3. We have 1, 2, 3. We have 1, 2, 3 joints, 1, 2, 3. So, anywhere where you have joints, you're going to see that the body is broken up into sections of threes. With that complements into the concept that our body has mirroring images. So my ankles mirroring images are going to be the wrists. The back of the ankle is going to mirror the neck. So if you just recently injured your ankle and you don't want anybody to touch it right now, you just want it to be peaceful. You can actually work the other parts of your body that would mirror that part of your ankle. The jaws are a great place. If you have pressure built up in your ankles and you're not ready to have anybody touch it yet, open up and release your jaws. Now, if this is an older injury and you've had it for a while and you just are wanting some mobility back and it's stiff and it's tight, then this will be the practice for you. Okay, so let's actually start off with our wrists. So we're going to do wrist openers, and then we'll go down to the feet just to keep it as short as we can. Take your right hand, place it out, grab with your left hand, uh, get a good grip around it, and you're going to rotate your hand one way. So I'm going to pull towards my left, and then you're going to take that palm up hand and rotate it in. So the thumb is going in. And so we have a counter rotation here. Now pretend you're pulling on a really tight glove and pushing your hand into the glove. So now we have a separation here. Now, slowly open up that hand and move it around in big circles. Imagine and set an intention that the pressure in your ankle is benefiting from this. Breathe in through our mouth. 1, 2, 3. All right, let that one go. Now, feel into that right ankle. If I did the right wrist, roll that right ankle and see if there's a little bit of a change in pressure with it. Let's do the left side. Feel into the left side so that you have a baseline, and we'll check it afterwards. Okay, left hand, palm up, grab it with your right hand, send that right hand around externally, push through and rotate it in. However you want to do it is fine, but we have both the counter rotation here and then the separation when pushed through. So you want to try and do both. Now, open up that hand. Feel where it's tight. If you find a tight spot, like right there with my thumb, I'm going to breathe into it and move big motions by holding it. 1, 2. Send your belly button to spine. 3. And let's stop there. Let's now roll that left ankle. Now, standing still, bend into it. and see if there's a little bit of a change. Mine is a little bit less restrictive. I'll say that. There's a little bit more give into it. All right. Next thing we're going to do, so that's one way you can work your upper body with this. Again, jaws are a great place. Opening up your shoulders would be good for any of the ankles and feet. Let's do a hip opener, a knee opener, and then the ankles to get to it. So we're going to stand in a wide stance here. And whenever you bend both knees, you're going to pretend that a string is pulling your knees back from the wall behind you, just so you're not falling in like this. Notice the ankles down there. If we keep our knees open, we're keeping our ankles more open. So right here, I want you to take your left hand, place it under your thigh, and your right hand on top of your thigh. Now, in order for your thighs to not get too tired, I want you to zip up and send your belly button to the spine so that you're holding yourself up with your abdominal floor, okay? Take that left hand, reach underneath as far as you can grab and start to tug the skin forward. Take that top hand and start to send that skin back. Pin it in place. Pelvic floor holding you up again. Now bend your knees wide. And I like to just let my left elbow lean into that left leg to hold me up. Look up at the ceiling. Let that right shoulder relax and lean back towards the wall behind you. Breathe in through your mouth. 1, 2, 3. You can slow dance or sway with yourself. 4, 5, 6. And the reason why we just even move just a little bit is to allow that pressure to shift in the joint that's below or the joint that's above. Just that little bit of movement while you're still pinning it and breathing in deeply to allow that pressure to push out. That is actually opening up the fascial flow line that we are working towards. All right. So let's stay on that side. Let's come down to just a little seat. You can do this on the floor. You can do this in a squat. If you do this in a squat, I suggest you lean against something to do it. I'm going to take my right hand and lay it on top of my knee. Take my left hand and put it at the bottom of the knee. I'm going to rotate externally, sending my fingers down towards the ground on the top of this knee. And I'm going to bring my fingers up and in towards the middle of my body with the bottom one. So it's an external rotation. Drop that left shoulder in a little, rotate that spine, get a nice rotation in the spine. Look over the shoulder to your left, and now set that pelvic floor in place with that belly button to spine. Breathe in through your mouth. 1, relax your calf and your shin. 2, relax your thigh and your low back. 3. On the next 3 breaths, I want you to slowly move the knee in towards midline. Move it out with another breath. Really relax that ankle and bring it back in. All right. Beautiful. Stand up and feel the difference. Maybe just stand, pick it up, pick your feet up a little. I don't want you to go too far because I want to keep going. Come back down to a seated position. I like this little booster because I'm not at a 90-90, but I'm not in a full squat, so I'm able to hold myself up. But I like that I'm kind of getting closer to this area, almost like that fetal position again. Okay. In order to get a good grip, let's do the snake bite on the ankle. So bring your right foot over your left knee. Let's grab both, rotate in opposite direction on that leg, and then pretend to send your foot through a really tight sock as you're pulling back. I'm actually going to grab underhanded with this first hand and then rotate the top hand. Now send it through, and big, big circles that are very slow. You're going to want to go faster than you really want to go or should go. Go really slow. Breathe in through the mouth. 1, 2, 3. Grab with both hands, send that foot through, and rotate that ankle again. Belly button is to spine, straight arms, leaning back. Breathe into it. Now, this is a great spot where I always feel a little something extra there. So I'll pin my fingers down towards the bottom, pin my fingers towards the top, and I will pull apart and hold it a little extra longer with some deep breaths here. Now, when we do this, all on one side, we're not done yet. I actually want you to stand next to something that you can lean against. And we're going to do the top of the foot. Most of the time, we're always focused on the bottom arch, but we actually have a top arch and a back arch. There's lots of arches to the foot. And we're going to open up the top of the foot by placing, I'm on my right side, flat to the ground. My left foot is going to go the pad and the toes right in the nook and cranny of the crease here in the front. And I'm going to drop that heel against it, against the shin. All right. Start to allow the pressure of the toes right at the ball of the foot to press down. And eventually it's going to start to glide. Now, if you had lotion on, your foot would slide right off. I want you to really pin it and try and intentionally allow the fascia under the skin to be what moves your top foot forward. Now, right here, I'm going to pin my left heel to my right shin and start to bend my right knee. And that's going to start that forward motion with the left toes. Belly button to spine. If you can do a little totally twisted arm, look over, lean down, straighten that back leg again. And now as that heel has moved down the shin, you're going to bend that knee again. Breathe in through your mouth. 1, 2, 3. Keep going. Bend, straighten the leg in the back and bend it one more time. By now, the pad of your foot is going to go over your toes and out. 1. Through the mouth. 2, 3. All right, and let it finish gliding off all the way. Looking at the top of your right foot, look for any white spots that is showing a slow blood flow coming back. Lean into it, or grab your foot however you want to, whether you're sitting or standing, and find that white spot and just open it by pulling your thumbs apart over that spot that was white the longest. Pin it and breathe into it. We want to bring blood flow back to it. Now, one last thing you can do to bring blood flow back to that area would be the psoas release. So, watching my time. So we could easily add in a psoas release if you want to. I'm not going to do it here, but that blood flow coming down could benefit that ankle a lot too. All right, let's go take a walk on that right side. I'm going to do a figure 8 walk, but for you, walking in a straight line for this might be helpful because then you can really feel the difference between one ankle and the other ankle. All right. Let's do that on the other side. Let's see. We started with the hip. So nice wide, and you can do this. I have done this on the corner edge of a chair if you don't want to hold yourself up. A cooler is a great thing. It sits a little bit lower than a chair, but not quite as low as this. And you can open your legs wide and there's no back to it. So you can feel safe and secure on a secure cooler. Right hand's going to go under your leg on the left side. Left hand, oh my goodness, is on top. You're going to pull up that pelvic floor hold, which I should have done first. and grab on and rotate your hips. Rotate that upper thigh in an external rotation. This works really good when we're using different tools. I'm just not doing that because you might not have them on hand or whatever reason why. Okay, right elbow goes into the right thigh to help support you. Pelvic floor is holding you up. Rotate that thigh out. Look down at your toes and then look up, sending that left shoulder back. Relax your shoulder blades, your neck, and your temple. Breathe in through your mouth. 1, 2, 3. And sway. 1, 2, 3. And come on out of that. We're going to do the knee. So finding that little seat that you choose to sit on. Again, you can sit on the floor to do this. Left hand at the top, right hand at the bottom. We're going to rotate it. What would be clockwise? That would be the easier way to say it. So pressing in, rotate it out. 3 breaths through the mouth here. 1, 2, 3. Drop it into the middle. Breath here. Drop it out. I look in the opposite direction from where my body is going. Breathe in. Let the knee fall in and drop out. All right, getting some rotation in those hips. While we're down here, let's go ahead and do the snake bite. Right hand under, grabbing that hand, palm is like facing up. Left hand's gonna go in the opposite direction or this, like find what feels right for you. As long as you've got some kind of counter rotation going on, send that foot through and pull back on your arms. I like to straighten my arms and lean back, so I'm not using any upper body strength. Belly button to spine and very slow circles with that foot. Breathe in through the mouth. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and grab with both hands, point it. Keep moving it. Keep breathing through that mouth. And we'll stand up and do the top of the foot. Hold on to something for security if you'd like. The pad of the right foot goes in the crook of the front of the ankle of the left. Let that heel land against the shin, belly button to spine. If you have the ability, you could go into a fetal, totally twisted position. Start to bend that back knee and breathe through your mouth. 1, 2, 3. Straighten that back knee. Start to let that top foot glide. Hopefully you riding that fascial wave under the skin. You can move that heel on either side of your shin to ride it out or keep it on the shin and use the bend of the back leg to keep it going. Last 3 breaths here. 1, 2, 3. Towards the end, I like to flatten the foot. It gets more of the surface across the top of the foot. Again, we're doing this to get blood flow to areas that maybe have become stagnant from that fascia going there to restrict around that injury. It's a highly intelligent thing for it to do, but then it can restrict blood flow if we don't bring movement back to it fast enough. All right, looking at any white spots, finding those white spots, pinning your thumbs and pulling apart right on top. You can move it while it's pinned. Breathe in through your mouth. And if you remember where that spot is, you can always go to it. Maybe in the bathtub, you're not going to do this part, but you're going to go directly to do this part. Now I want you to walk and integrate that and tell me, think about how much more mobility you have, or does your foot, is it flatter against the ground, or does it have more grip? Or how does your hips feel? When we opened up the knees, we might have opened up the back of the low back. All right. So that's what I would do if I was there assisting. I would highly encourage this maneuver as a partner assist. I would wrap, personally, I would wrap the fascial flow band from Matt's Flow Mechanical band around the ankle. I love that for grip. And then I would have them in a totally twisted position, upper body, and then start to bend that back leg while I was gripping with the band and rotating. That's what I would do as a partner assist for an old injury to the ankle. All right. Thanks, guys.